Studnicky for RelatedISG, welcoming you to another edition of the Insider Series. Today we're filming out of Brickell City Center because we are with a Brickell Avenue expert, David Concheso, who's been with RelatedISG since 2014. God, I feel like that's how long I've been with RelatedISG. David, welcome to the Insider Series.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's great having you. Part of, as I was explaining earlier, part of the purpose of this Insider Series, especially in this COVID world, is to get your colleagues, your 400 plus colleagues in RelatedISG, to get to know David and to get a little bit of knowledge of your own expertise on this part of the world. But also, you do business with some of our competitors frequently. A lot of those agents within those competitive companies have heard of David, but they don't really know that much about David. So this is a chance for you to extend your expertise to them as well, because let's face it, South Florida is a real estate community. We compete, yes, but sometimes sharing information makes everybody's lives a little bit better, their profitability a little bit better. So when we all work from kind of the same baseline, it does feel like more of a community. And let's face it, we all suffered last year together, and we're all benefiting this year together. So anyway, with that said, I just said that just told everybody in the audience that you are the Brickell Avenue expert amongst other areas, perhaps in South Florida. So tell us a little bit about when you first of all came to Florida and why you got into the real estate business.
Well, when I first came, I was in college and I came to visit a friend of mine who happened to live in Brickell Key.
Okay. And where'd you go to college?
I went to Daytona Beach Community College and also UCF.
Okay.
And when I arrived to Brickell Key going over the bridge, I basically fell in love with Brickell Key. I thought that it was an incredible place, and I promised myself to come back and live in Brickell and buy a condo.
And what year was that when you first discovered Brickell?
That was a few years ago. No, it was over 18 years ago.
18 years ago.
Yes.
Before Brickell Key looks like it does.
Exactly.
Now.
It was almost nothing compared to what Brickell is nowadays, or Brickell Key.
So you decided you wanted to get back to Miami, you wanted to be on Brickell Key, but what about real estate? What tipped you into the real estate business?
My grandfather used to be in the construction company. He made tiles and everything, so I was a little bit involved with real estate. When I was back in Spain, my friend Teda, who you happen to know, told me, David, come to Miami. I know you really like Miami. Work with me, and because real estate, I think, is going to be really good for you. So that's the reason why I came to Miami. I always wanted to come to Miami, and it had a great opportunity.
So Teda convinced you to come to Miami. She convinced you to get into the real estate business, and then Teda left and went to Spain.
Correct.
These women, they make us crazy sometimes.
Yes.
I miss Teda. She's a fabulous lady.
Is it?
Before we get into what's going on with real estate in Brickell and Brickell Key, you live on Brickell Key,
Yes,
which was mostly developed by Swire Properties, who developed this magnificent property
Correct.
known as Brickell City Center. Tell everybody, what's it like to live in a Swire community?
Well, it's amazing because it's really well kept. All the landscaping and the quality of the buildings are great. So I really like it.
You don't have to worry much when you're in a Swire property,
No,
do you?
you do not.
Yeah,
You do not.
they always maintain control of the condominium associations, unlike most developers.
Right.
But they're very good at what they do. Most owners of condominiums don't get that pleasure. Most of the time it's run by the condominium owners.
They're very consistent. In Brickell Key, we have two associations. One's for the building, where each one have a condo, and then the Master Association. The Master Association, as you know, it's run by Swire.
100% Swire.
It has been always very
First class and
First.
and lots of consistency. So you chose Brickell as part of your area of expertise.
Yes.
And why? What is it about Brickell that you like so much?
I'm from Madrid, Spain, so I like the city look a little bit, and I truly believe that Brickell has a lot to grow. It has tremendously growth inside. I've known Brickell. I think the condo is something that is attractive to young people, and I just thought that Brickell, due to the density, is the way to do business.
You know, it's funny, when Swire first, let's see if you agree with me, but when Swire first hired ISG to take over the sales of Brickell City Center, the president of Swire, a fellow named Kieran Bowers, asked me, how many New Yorkers I thought would buy Brickell City Center. I grew up in New Jersey.
Right.
My son and daughter lived in New York. So I said, rather confidently, zero. Zero. Yeah, most New Yorkers, they like the beach, or they buy up in Boca Raton or West Palm Beach. Now that I've been here for a few years, watching the sales of Brickell City Center, clearly I was wrong. What have you noticed? Because New Yorkers are buying Brickell City Center. What have you noticed?
8 out of 10 phone calls that I receive are from New Yorkers.
Whoa.
I truly think
Whoa.
that half of the New York is coming to Miami.
And they like Brickell.
They like Brickell.
What is it about Brickell they like so much?
Well, I think it's a beautiful area, super safe, very upcoming, young, professional. Nothing to do with the beach. I think it's to me, when I talk about Brickell, I say that it's the Fifth Avenue of New York, and it's going to be.
I say the same thing now. I say the same
Oh,
thing. It's Fifth Avenue. This is like Fifth Avenue in Manhattan.
Exactly.
With much nicer weather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so it's now middle of February 2021. I didn't know 80%. And you could be right. That could be true of almost all the realtors, because there's a lot of New Yorkers that are inquiring about Brickell Avenue. Your friend of mine, Allison Ortiz, she
Yes.
grew up on Brickell. The condo that she lives in, she tells me 5 years ago, was 80% Latin. Today it could be 80% American, not just New Yorkers.
Correct.
Chicago, Boston, Washington, D.C., New York, New York, New York.
Even California.
California has been a very big surprise. So it's the middle of February. Give everybody your crystal ball. This is what your colleagues from RelatedISG want to hear from you about Brickell. What does it look like? What will happen in 2021? What will it look like looking back a year from now?
Well, I think we're a very fast-growing city, and I think Brickell is beginning to show a city life. We have incredible restaurants, and more are coming. So I think Brickell is going to become, one of the biggest area and developed area. So now there is a great opportunity to buy condos, because we went through some crisis, and people kind of went away from condos into houses.
You're talking about like last year?
Last year.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing that a lot of people are coming back into condos.
They're not afraid of going into condos anymore.
They're not afraid of COVID anymore, because things are slowing down. We're getting used to this new life style that we have.
We're getting more comfortable. You and I are talking about 4 feet apart without
Before-
masks, and before we
kind
were
of like
on the other side of the
2,000 miles
megaphone.
away.
Exactly.
So now I think condos have a lot to offer. The lifestyle, the young crowd. That's what I think.
Miley Aguila is Senior Vice President of Sales of Swire. You know Miley.
Yes.
And she did a lot of those sales in Brickell Key, and she used to say that Brickell was always the neighborhood. We're going back like 10 years ago. Brickell was the market. People came and they worked, and they got in their cars and they left for the suburbs of Miami. Could have been Pinecrest, could have been Aventura, wherever.
That's what it was before.
Brickell City Center gets built,
And the whole scenario changed.
and you agree with her.
I
I mean, I know she works for Swire, and her heart's into Swire, and I sell Brickell City
It's
Center.
true. When I first came to, when I first bought my condo in Brickell Key a long time ago, and there were only 4 buildings in Brickell Key, there was not much to do. There were basically 2 restaurants to go. Nowadays, there is tons of new restaurants,
yes.
new ones coming in. You can go to the mall, Brickell City Center. There is the gym, Equinox. We have a lot to offer within a couple miles from the Brickell area.
No, that's true. There's an old expression that there's a there. Maybe 10 years ago, there was no there.
No, there was not.
Now there's a there. You refer to Brickell as the Fifth Avenue of Miami, borrowing from Manhattan. The reason I agree with you is when I walk around Brickell City Center, or even up and down Brickell Avenue, there's a vibe to Brickell. You feel a certain energy inside yourself from just being in Brickell. And honestly, I don't feel in any other neighborhood in all of Miami.
No,
I assume you agree.
To me, I'm biased, but to me, Brickell is the best area in Miami, period.
Well, and the numbers support you. I produced the Miami report.
Yes, correct.
And we've been studying condo sales for the last 18 months. From Coconut Grove to the south, all of the beaches, all the way up through Fort Lauderdale Beach. And consistently, 1 out of every 3 condos that trade for multiple listing trades in Brickell. That speaks loudly of the popularity of Brickell Avenue.
Correct.
So David, you see Brickell in 2021 just maintaining its popularity and its
Yes.
pace of sales?
I think so.
And the values are still pretty good, aren't they,
The
with condos?
values are extremely good compared to other cities.
Well, for
And-
sure, yes.
And the quality that Brickell has to offer as far as the condo, the amenities, and everything else is way beyond than any other cities can.
So if I was from New York, and I am from New Jersey, and I got you, somehow I got you from your website, a friend recommended you, whatever. I said, listen, David, I'm going to move to Miami, and I have a lot of friends that live in Sunny Isles Beach. I have friends that live in Miami Beach. I have friends that live in Coconut Grove. And honestly, I have a few friends that live in Brickell, and I called you because you're the Brickell guy. Everyone tells me you're the Brickell guy. Tell me, give me your elevator pitch, so to speak. Why Brickell? For me, New Jersey boy.
When someone is coming from outside, the first thing I ask them is what type of lifestyle they're looking for. If they want a super relaxed lifestyle, they might like Sunny Isles. But if you see that the person likes, if it's a young person, it makes no sense going anywhere else but Brickell.
I would agree with you, yes, yes.
But it depends on what they're looking for. But what I always say about Brickell is that you have incredible quality people, young professionals, and that you can grow within the city because there is great opportunities.
That's very true. And listen, I'm not a young person anymore, even though I kind of think like one. And when I'm in Brickell, once again, borrowing from Fifth Avenue, New York, I feel that kind of vibe, which really energizes me and fits my personality in a way. And having come from New Jersey, I like to play golf. I go to the beach. Living in Brickell doesn't restrict that
Right.
at all. Monday through Friday, this is where I want to be. And weekends, I can go to the beach if I'd like. I can go to any golf course
You're
I
in
want.
the middle of everything.
Yeah. Listen, final question, which is kind of important to me, to Liz Lopez, to Carolina Gertis, the senior management of RelatedISG. You joined RelatedISG in 2014.
Sometime ago.
Yeah, yeah. You're one of the senior guys here.
Yes, I am.
And certain promises were made to you about support, about infrastructure, things that you can rely on consistently from RelatedISG. How's it going?
It's going fine. I mean, ISG Related has an incredible name that has always helped me in my business. I embody the slogan, the power of relationships,
Yes.
because that's what I do in my business.
Mhm.
I engage with my clients, and these clients become, my friends, and some of them close family. ISG has provided me a lot of support on marketing, which has helped me a lot, because nowadays you have to be in the digital media, and you need to
be.
to show rich media.
And Sandra's been a great addition to the team.
Yes.
So you feel the support.
I feel the support. I feel, I know you guys for a long time.
Yes.
So it is great. And again, this the power of relationship and knowing people for a long time makes you work a lot easier, because you have the support that you know of people.
I'm glad. No, thank you for saying that. Sincerely, since I took over as president of RelatedISG, I've been watching some of my competitors, so that I can improve RelatedISG all the time. And what I do notice, or hear, or read, is that some of our competitors promise support, but a little bit of time goes by and the support seems to disappear. I never want to be that company. I want to be the company that truly does provide consistent support for our agents. I can throw out an old cliche that your success is my success, but that's true. As you do better, you feel better about yourself. You feel more vital about yourself, and as a result, RelatedISG becomes a more vital company, and that's what everybody in RelatedISG wants to see happen. South Florida is going to continue to grow.
It is.
People are coming here in a very unexpected way. We're getting more Americans now than we are Latins, and we know that Latins love Miami. This is Plan B for every Latin family, from Central America through South America. So there's no question that love affair is and will always be. The way the Americans have taken to Miami in the last year
It's
has
shocking.
been extraordinary to me too. I suddenly feel like a visionary.
Yes.
Well, listen, thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on the Insider Series.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to promoting this show with all of your colleagues,
Sure.
with Carolina's help on Thursday. Folks, I thank you very much for joining us today, and I'll watch David's show. It's coming this Thursday, and I look forward to you on the rest of the Insider Series. I guess the next time we see each other will be this coming Thursday, and then in the merry month of March. Be safe out there. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.